In a house full of people your cat loves, they will still choose one. Every night they walk past everyone else, climb onto a single chest, and settle there as if no other option ever existed. Not the lap, not the bed, the chest, rising and falling with every breath that one person takes. Most people think the cat just picked the comfiest spot. But the truth is far more deliberate than comfort and far more meaningful than convenience. Out of everyone in that home, your cat ran a calculation only they understand and arrived at a single name. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it means to be the one they chose, and why it might be the highest honor a cat can give. 1. The chest is the most dangerous place a cat can sleep. Start with what your cat is actually doing when they lie on your chest. They are placing themselves on a surface that rises and falls. That makes noise. That moves without warning. For an animal whose entire survival depends on stable ground and quick escapes, the human chest is one of the least logical places to rest. And yet, they choose it. Over the floor, over the soft bed, over a dozen safer, stiller options. Why? Because a cat sleeping on your chest is a cat who has decided that the risk doesn't matter. The rising and falling that should alarm them instead becomes a rhythm. Your breath becomes a metronome that tells them over and over all night long that you're alive, you're here, and you're safe. They didn't pick the chest despite the danger. They picked it because trusting you through that danger is the whole point. And the reason they pick one specific chest, and not just any, is where this gets remarkable. 2. They are listening to something you can't hear. Here's what most people never realize. When your cat lies on your chest, they aren't just feeling your breath, they're listening to your heart. Cats have extraordinary hearing, sensitive enough to detect the steady rhythm of a human heartbeat through skin, muscle, and bone. And research into animal bonding suggests that a calm, familiar heartbeat has a regulating effect, slowing a resting animal's own heart rate to match. When your cat sleeps on your chest, they may be syncing themselves to you. Your heartbeat becomes their anchor. Your breathing becomes their pace. 2 nervous systems, quietly tuning to each other in the dark. This is the same reason a steady heartbeat soothes a newborn, and why the sound of a heart was the first thing every mammal on Earth ever learned to trust, long before they could see, long before they understood anything at all. Your cat is reaching back to that ancient comfort, and they're choosing your heart to find it. And here's the part that explains the one-person mystery. Every heart sounds different. Every chest rises at its own rhythm. Your cat has memorized the specific cadence of the one person who makes them feel safest. To them, your heartbeat isn't just a sound, it's a signature. And what makes one person's signature the chosen one comes down to something that happened long before tonight. Before we go further, if this is already changing the way you understand your cat, take 1 second and hit that like button and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more cat people who want to understand what their cat has been trying to tell them all along. 3. The chosen person is almost never who you'd expect. Ask most people which person a cat will bond to, and they'll guess the one who feeds it, or the one who plays with it most, or the loudest cat lover in the house, the one always reaching out for cuddles. They're almost always wrong. Cats rarely choose the person who wants them most. They choose the person who pressures them least, the one who lets the cat approach on its own terms, the one whose energy is calm and predictable, the one who never forced a single interaction. This is why the cat in the house so often bonds to the quiet family member, or even the one who claims they don't like cats. That person isn't chasing the cat. They're not grabbing, not hovering, not demanding affection. And to a cat, that restraint reads as the deepest kind of safety. So if your cat chose your chest, it likely means that somewhere along the way, you became the person who never made them feel cornered, the one whose presence never came with a demand. You may not even remember earning it. There was no single moment, no dramatic act of love, just a slow accumulation of quiet evenings where you let them be, where you didn't reach when they walked by, where you let them choose, and somewhere in all those small, unremarkable moments, your cat made a decision about you that they've kept ever since. But being chosen isn't the end of the story, because there's something your cat is doing on your chest that goes far beyond trust. 4. They are marking you as home. When your cat settles on your chest, they're not just resting, they're claiming. A cat pressed against you all night is steeping themselves in your scent and leaving theirs on you in return. By morning, the two of you smell like a single shared scent. And in the language of cats, shared scent means one thing: family, colony, belonging. This is why your cat may sniff you intensely when you come home smelling different. You've lost some of the shared scent, and the chest sleeping ritual is partly how they restore it night after night. But the chest specifically carries a deeper meaning. It's the center of you, the place closest to the heartbeat they've memorized, the breath they've synced to, the core of the person they've chosen. When a cat claims your chest, they're not claiming a piece of furniture that happens to be warm. They're claiming the very center of their world. And what happens when that chosen person isn't around tells you just how deep this bond really runs. 5. What it means when the chosen person leaves. Here's something that reveals the true weight of being chosen. Watch what happens to a one-person cat when that person travels, works late, or is simply gone for a few days. They often change completely. They eat less. They sleep in odd places. They search the house, sit by the door, or cry at night. Some refuse the chest of anyone else entirely, choosing to sleep alone rather than accept a substitute. This isn't your cat being dramatic. This is attachment. Researchers at Oregon State University found that the majority of cats form secure attachments to a specific person, the same kind of bond a young child forms with a caregiver. When that person is present, the cat is calm and confident. When they're gone, the cat is genuinely unsettled. So if your cat only sleeps on your chest, understand what that means in full. You are not just their favorite, you are their secure base, the fixed point their entire sense of safety is built around. But there's one more thing you need to know, especially if this behavior ever changes. 6. When they stop, listen closely. If your cat has always slept on your chest and suddenly stops, don't dismiss it. A change in this behavior is one of the clearest messages your cat can send. Sometimes it's emotional. A new pet, a new baby, a change in the household, or even a shift in your own routine can make a deeply bonded cat uncertain. The chest is the most vulnerable place they sleep, and if their confidence is shaken, it's often the first ritual to disappear. Sometimes it's physical. A cat in pain will avoid positions that once felt safe. Arthritis, illness, or discomfort can make climbing and settling on a chest difficult, and cats instinctively hide pain rather than show it. If a devoted chest sleeper suddenly keeps their distance and you can't trace it to a change at home, a vet visit is worth considering. Your cat can't tell you something hurts. They can only show you. And withdrawal from their most trusting ritual is them showing you. So pay attention not just to the behavior, but to the day it changes. And here's what I want you to carry with you. The next time your cat walks past everyone else, climbs onto your chest, and settles into the rhythm of your breathing, understand exactly what you're witnessing. Out of every safe place in that home, they chose the one that moves. Out of every heartbeat, they memorized yours. Out of every person who could have been the one, they chose you, not because you tried hardest, but because near you, they finally stopped being afraid. Because to your cat, your chest was never just a place to sleep, it was the safest place in the world. And they decided a long time ago that the safest place in the world was you.